Hi, Dreamers. We are your hosts,
Ana Maria,
Iris, Ashley,
and Camille, and you're listening to Carried Away, the Conversation, where we bring together readers, writers, and dreamers under one umbrella.
welcome back to Carried Away, the Conversation.
Today, we're going to be doing our book club episode talking about Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Just as an announcement, there are going to be spoilers in this episode, so I really hope you read along with us. Otherwise, this is not the episode for you.
This is not the episode for you as well for a few reasons if you have read it. Firstly, we will be discussing some sensitive content. For those who have read it, this book contains a lot of violence and sex and death and just overall aggressive things. So if that's not your cup of tea, please proceed to next week's episode or wait for it to come out.
Period. I guess first of all, we should address our initial feelings when we started reading the book.
Mm-hmm. Actually, should we talk about why we chose this book?
Oh, actually, yes, let's.
Yeah, let's talk about why we chose it. In fact, who chose it?
I think it was because of Iris.
I think I started this, because I read this a while ago, actually. I read it before you guys, and I was so excited about it, and I think I kind of dragged you guys into it.
I'm glad you did.
We came
So
willingly.
am I. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and then for this episode, I decided to reread it whilst you guys were also reading it, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I kept seeing this book everywhere. Like, it was on the New York Times bestsellers list for I don't know how long, plus her sequel.
It's
and
everywhere in Book Talk as well.
Everywhere on Book Talk. And I just kept seeing it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go with the flow.
But
I'm going to
exactly
be original.
All of my friends on Goodreads were like, oh, amazing, 5 stars, obsessed. Like they were all so excited about it. I was
No, not the
No,
five
can I just say I enjoyed it, but it's not 5 stars.
It's definitely, we can get into it, but I don't think it's a 5-star book. I mean, okay, we'll talk about how we would rate this book and
At
like
the end,
what the
yeah.
criteria would be, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, okay, how are the vibes on the first few chapters?
Okay, so the first time I read this, I could not put it down. Like, it was so like gripping. But then there's this element of surprise, like mystery, like you don't know what's going to happen, like is she even going to survive? Like most of the book you're really wondering like how the hell is she going to stay alive? And then when I was rereading it, I enjoyed it less because I was missing that suspense a little bit because I knew what was going to happen. And if you already know the ending, if you already know like how she's going to do in college, like where's the fun? Like eventually I got back into it, but it took like at least half of the book for me to really get excited again.
For me, it was the opposite. I couldn't get into it. I was stuck on page 15 for like weeks.
I remember.
For weeks. I couldn't get through it because I was like, no, this is not. Where is the hype? I want that crack on the paper. I want that obsession. I want to be obsessed. I'm open to it. And I couldn't get into it for so long. But then I was stuck on a train for like 2 hours and I had nothing else with me. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a good opportunity to read that book. And I was reading, like getting further. And the more I was reading, I was like, no, I need to know what happens. And then I had to step off the train. And I was like, shit, now I am supposed to wait until I have to read again. It was very difficult to get into it. I don't know if it was the hype, which creates a lot of expectations to begin with, because you just assume that it's going to be very good. You wait for that moment that it clicks, and then maybe it's the amount of pages. I don't know. There is a lot of pressure on it.
How about you, Ash?
I don't know. So I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. I used to be, like back in 2014, but recently I've been reading only like literary fiction. So if I'm going to be honest, I was not that excited about reading this book. But once I did, like, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. However, it wasn't a sophisticated read.
Definitely not. I think it's more of like a feel-good, just entertaining read.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's a fun book, not a good book.
Yeah. It was that. Like, I know younger Ashley would have been obsessed with this book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
But, current Ashley's like, this was good for like a good 2-day thing. But once I was out of it and like once the initial shock of the ending, even though I was not that shocked, but once I like put it down, I had like maybe half a day or where I was like, oh, that was so good. Oh my God, now what am I supposed to do? Like the book hangover. And then I was done.
Yeah, I feel that. That's also like
Valid.
getting back to like rereading it was very difficult at first. Like you get back into it, but it's not as special anymore.
No.
I think that's with fantasy a lot.
Yeah, right?
You can't replace that first time reading experience that you have. And that's why it's so difficult to get into it. I'm like, new world, new characters, new rules, new. It's like, am I ready to invest my time?
Okay, here's where I'm going to disagree. Because I love rereading fantasy. It depends on the book though, because for this, like rereading was not it for me. There's definitely series and books where rereading is like such an amazing experience. Not for this one, again. But I don't think fantasy in general is not good for rereading. I really think it is a lot of the time.
It takes emotional investment.
It
That's
does.
my
Yeah.
It's a price
know.
you pay.
This is like the first book in a while where I felt personally attacked. Like I was a victim after I finished reading it. And I don't think but we know this. I'm not a rereader. I'm not the kind of person who can go back and go through all of that turmoil again.
Yeah.
Like I just can't do it to myself. But I think with this book, it would be kind of different because when I first started reading it, I definitely had a bit of a first read fog. Like everything was so new. And also I think I had just come off of reading a bunch of books for uni. So I hadn't really read for joy or like read just fun fiction in a while. So I was having a grand old time. The vibes were great. I was like, ooh, dragons, fire, yay.
reading for uni will do that to you.
Yeah.
No,
apparently.
truly, I appreciated this book. But in retrospect, like I went before this episode, I went back through some of the stuff I highlighted and I was like, yes, that's so good. Gold, literary gold. So good, slay. And I look back and I'm like, what in the Wattpad? What in the Wattpad is happening
That's
here?
what it felt
Thank
like.
you. Thank you. Oh my, that's what's going on with the writing. It gave me war flashbacks from my 2014 Wattpad era. Is it an era? Probably. It was a significant amount of time. So it was so, maybe that has to do more with the writing, but writing is part of the first impression. I do not like to always see descriptions that they are with hyphens.
Yeah.
He is so hot, he will get you in trouble kind of hot. That was literally in one of the like early stages.
Yeah, the writing felt very like informal in that sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
But I will say that I think like the plot and the world building and whatnot kind of makes up for
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the writing.
Because of that, I like that every chapter we get introduced like a new rule, a new like detail of that world. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
I gotta give her that.
It was structured well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I just didn't like the dialogue.
exactly. It's unnatural.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It was so
cringy.
unnatural and so cringy and so awkward.
Yeah.
And I hated how he kept calling her violence.
Oh, yeah.
It was so cliche. I'm sorry, Camille.
No. The inner me is like, ooh, it's spicy. I like that he gave her a nickname, but if I read that out loud, I would literally die of
Violence.
embarrassment.
Yeah. Violent.
There's just no way.
He's like, violence.
Writers,
So
before you write a dialogue, maybe writers should read it out
Yeah.
loud to themselves.
Yeah.
And see, does it flow or no?
think-
Yeah.
The thing with nicknames, though, violence is very cringy to me. Like, nicknames in general, I'm not the biggest fan of in books because they're usually a little bit cringy. So I'm gonna talk about Sword of Glass. Like, it took me like 5 minutes to go there, but Wait, Camille, did you start reading it?
I read the first book. Don't spoil.
No, okay. I'm
honey,
gonna
look
say
at your face.
Scared.
I'm not gonna do any spoilers here, but there's one nickname in there. I think I can say the nickname without spoiling anything. The nickname is Firehearts, and it's so cute.
No.
Like, I like the generalness around this, you know? I cannot give any context.
I have Throne of Glass, and my housemate, I guess. Sure, let's go with that. She read it first. She's like, it's not amazing. And I was like, ooh, Iris is not going to like this. And she's like, it's not amazing. You can wait a while to read it. Look at the other things on your TBR first.
No, that hurts.
Yeah.
The thing with nicknames is, in context, they make sense, but why do they need to be so? I don't know. They're not realistic.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you're gonna give someone a nickname, but it has to make sense. It
Yeah.
has to be
I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing,
natural.
yeah.
I don't know, guys.
No.
Like, I think all of your points are valid. I'm not
But-
like shitting on your points, but I kind of liked.
You
kind
like
of like
violence?
the nickname. I don't know why. I don't like how often he used it.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been like in
Maybe,
specific scenarios. Like then I kind of get it, but he used it so often that I'd be like,
I think he also used it pretty early on, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
before they were a thing.
I was
That
like, you're not
cringe.
bonded enough.
No.
But also, why during serious conversations?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like on the edge of, like, I don't know, a mental breakdown or dying. And he was like, come on, Violence. Can you just give me
Can you be serious?
Yeah, be
For 1 second.
back up? No, I don't need this.
Yeah, it was just too much. Also, I know it was part of the irony of it all, but she was a little weak because of I forget what.
I have a qualm with that, but continue.
Yes,
So,
I know it's supposed to be representative of a specific illness. What is it, Iris? You like?
I don't remember the name, and even if I know the name, like, I'm gonna butcher it. But I know that the author has this specific disease,
Oh,
and I think she's drawing on her own experience. But I have a problem with the disease in the book as well.
I
mhm.
just don't think it's consistently
Not at all.
represented. I
That
think
is
it
the
kind of
thing.
Yeah.
it just goes to the background.
Conveniently, suddenly, she can do what she needs to do.
yeah,
Like, it's so conveniently written off. Just like that. Because in the beginning, she's always, I am so weak, sickly. She uses the word sickly and unhealthy to describe herself and everyone around her also.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, she's just weak, small, frail. That's it.
She's so tiny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, but seriously though, when she starts training to like strengthen her joints, to be able to keep her seat and whatnot, good. But I don't think, like, if a disease like that is that easily fixed, then the disease would not exist.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Like, it's too conveniently forgotten and taken care of, and then it comes back when it needs to drive the plot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not consistent enough, I think.
She has Ehlers-Danlos syndromes, and it includes joint pain and hypermobility.
Because doesn't she have like really weak bones and stuff?
Yeah.
Like that. Like her bones break really easily.
Yeah, her bones break easily. Her joints pop out of their like sockets. How do you say that? Like
Yeah,
that?
socket.
Yeah.
Okay, so it includes joint pain, hypermobility, as well as the graying of her hair.
Oh,
That's why her hair is silver.
Okay,
but it's
can we
only
talk
silver
about
at the
this?
end.
Can we talk about
No,
this,
it's
Ombre.
silver throughout.
guys?
It's silver throughout the whole thing.
No, but in all of the character drawings I've seen of Violet, it's always
Oh, at
just
the end.
At the
of
end.
her
Yes,
hair.
I thought you meant the end of the book.
No, it's just always at the ends of her
Got it.
hair.
God forbid women has gray hair.
I have so much gray hair.
Okay, so there's this theory I've been seeing on Book Talk that I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Maybe it's just me, but there's a theory that Violet is channeling just like the Venom are, and that's why her hair is like losing its color. I don't know if this is a thing, but I started paying attention to it, and there's actually that's actually not. Oh, where's that section?
I'm
TikTok will
sad.
do it to you.
I'm sad.
No, but so
I've
the
seen
thing is,
so many.
I haven't read Iron
conspiracies.
Flame.
Oh,
the thing is, continuing my point here. I'm sorry, But apparently her hair loses its color somewhere along the way, no matter the length she cuts it. And that's what kind of tips me off about this theory, that it might actually have some truth in it.
I feel like you're right. And I haven't read Iron Flame yet, even though I bought the book, and you all saw me do it on TikTok. And I feel like, Camille,
I'm upset.
I know you're upset, but have you read Iron Flame?
I'm still reading it. I'm going about this episode. I'm not very far in Iron Flame, but I'm gonna pretend like I don't know anything that happens in that book.
Same.
But also, like, this is genuinely how I'm feeling about Fourth Wing.
As
Like,
you spaz out.
It's hard to keep it in. Guys.
I see it. You're about to burst.
Genuinely, the amount of things that happened in that second book that just changed me.
we should have recorded
no.
this episode before any of us started reading Iron Flame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too late. I'm just also impatient.
I
So,
went to the bookstore to buy the book the day I finished.
yeah.
Because it's
But I
a
was like-
good plot twisted ending.
But was it really that much of a twist?
I
Oh,
didn't
no.
see it coming.
I had a feeling that this man was alive, but I really wished that she had waited to reveal it. I don't
To
know.
win.
I don't know. Just later, I felt like it was too soon. I don't know
think
why.
When Violet was talking to her professor, I forget the name of the professor, but
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
yeah,
Devereaux?
she's talking about how
I don't
Brennan
know.
lost his life trying to mend like a deceased person. Like the way they were going into detail about that, like drawing so much attention to it, that's the moment I knew
No.
something was up with
That's not what
Brennan.
happened, though. Brennan didn't lose his life trying to fix a diseased person. Someone tried to fix Brennan. Someone
No.
tried to heal Brennan, and that's how... It was the writer who rode with
Taryn.
Taryn's previous writer. He lost his life trying to save Brennan.
No, because Brennan is
No.
a mender.
That was
I think
different.
Brennan is
Yeah, that was something else. That's a different occurrence. I don't think that was the same.
No.
no. I think it's actually the same person, but Brennan is the mender. He's the one that tried to save Terrence last.
No, because remember Zayden's dad killed Brennan.
It's
Or
no, guys.
They
I'm-
said that he killed him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm
But-
right.
I thought he just died
No,
in
Brennan.
war,
That's why
just
Zayden,
randomly.
That's why Zayden and Violet supposedly hate each other,
Yeah.
because Zayden's father killed Violet's brother,
Yeah.
and
No,
then
but
her mother
Killed
killed
his
Zayden's
father.
father.
Yeah.
So they have beef.
The way I've forgotten this entire plot.
But it was Brennan's friend, Taryn's previous writer, who was trying to save Brennan.
You're right.
I
just
know.
Found it. I
Oh.
found the passage.
I know.
But I thought Terrence's previous writer died because he tried to save a life and like it just took
Brennan's
too much.
life. He tried to save Brennan's
Yeah.
life.
And
yes.
and he succeeded.
But are they both menders then?
I
yes,
think so. Or
Because it's such
Brennan
a
is a
rare.
mender.
It's
Yeah.
a rare gift.
but
Yeah.
they never said the gift of the other writer. He was just trying to channel all of his energy
Yeah.
into saving Brennan, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wait, so he's not a
sorry.
mender?
No, Brennan is a mender.
No, I mean the other.
the other one, they
previous
never
writer.
said his gift.
Yeah.
They never said that. They just said like he took too much from the dragons
Well, damn.
trying to save Brennan. I don't know what
Yeah.
his
My bad. Assumptions. Assumptions are dangerous, guys.
No, for me, it wasn't expected, because if fantasy has told me one thing, if someone's dead, they're dead. And it takes so much to get over it. So I can't believe otherwise.
Game of Thrones.
Guys,
Dun.
it actually does say the signet of the other rider. It's siphoning. So
Oh.
yeah.
Professor Kaori says he could absorb power from various sources other than other dragons, other riders, and then use it or redistribute it.
Yeah,
But this sounds an awful lot like channeling from
Yeah.
the Venin. Like he's basically just doing that, but
in the good
Sounds-
way, through the dragon.
Sounds-
Camille, don't look like that.
What
I
is
just
wrong?
remembered something from the next book.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
I can't keep it in.
I want to
not
send you
gonna
out
say
of the room.
No,
I know, right?
honestly, do it. Am I the problem? I'm the problem.
Not yet. Not yet.
Um,
Favorite characters, least
Yeah.
favorite characters. I know who my least favorite character is.
if you say Violet,
Dane.
Well, listen.
it's
Vi-
so confident.
Violet and Dane, they're really battling each other for being my least favorite characters. The thing with her, it was her mommy issues, validation, throughout the novel, she never had self confidence, and then suddenly, in front of Dane or in front of Zayden, she was like, I can do other things too. Wink, wink. And I'm like, what? Where is that coming from? Good for you, but there's a gap there that I cannot comprehend.
Well, it's because you don't witness what their relationship was like before you meet them in the book now.
Okay, what about
So,
Zayden?
like, maybe they had this banter, but we just never...
What about Zayden? Like, on the one hand, she hates him. She doesn't want to see him. And then, on the other hand, like, banter takes time.
Yeah.
Banter takes...
I agree 1,000%.
But also, Violet, like, she's not my least favorite character, but she's definitely not my... She's probably one of my least favorite protagonist characters from, like, several fantasy books. Yeah, because there's so much emphasis on, like, she's tiny, she's frail, she's breakable, she's, like... But then she becomes a really badass, right? Like it's been done before. It's not original anymore. Like, I like the representation that she gives, like, generally in fantasy to disabled people. That's actually, like, throughout the book I noticed, like, there's a lot of representation going on. I like that. But I just didn't like the way it was, like, her whole personality, basically.
We need different character development.
I
Even
wish
though
there
the
was any development. I
Yeah.
feel like she's just consistently really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
No, sorry, Ashley. What were you going to say?
I forget because you were so right.
Oh. But I will say another character who really gets on my nerves.
Oh my
And
God.
I know you think I'm going to say Jack. I'm not saying Jack. I'm
No.
going to say Violet's mother.
Oh, she
That
deserves...
woman, she deserves
Every-
jail. In the jail.
Yeah, what is up with her? Just basically forcing her daughter into the rider squadron when she's literally... She breaks when you touch her. Like, what the fuck? She just wants her to die?
Like, literally what makes you think this is a good decision?
She was already a star pupil of that professor from the Scribe quadrants.
This is one of the family dynamics that I can't stand, because in the beginning of the book, both her sister and her mother, they're fully aware that she probably can't make it, but they say it with such a, like, confidence, like, oh, we know that you do not fit there, but you will do this for the family name. And I'm like, okay, so this is happening. Good for Violet.
No,
Good
it's
for violence.
because they're literally like, no, like, you're incapable of making it, but at the same time, do it.
Yeah,
Like, just do it. Do it. Succeed.
at least support me.
Yeah, at least pretend or, like, gaslight me into thinking that I can actually make it.
But
Don't send me in with no hope.
I thought it was so weird that she was so against Violet going to the Scribes quadrant when she married a Scribe. Like, why does she have anything against that?
Is
Sorry,
it-
just-
is
But
Past trauma?
I have not read Iron Flame. However, I feel like
a little
she
side
has-
eye.
I feel like she has something against the scribes because of how they've predicted the channeling of from the Venom.
No one likes a prophet.
So what do you mean
No
there, though?
comment.
That's why Jesus was killed.
What do you mean with prediction, Ashley?
Hmm?
What do you mean with predicted?
Like how they kind of rewrote history to reflect or to cut out the Venom.
But I felt like Violet's mother was really, like, part of that, actually, because she knows what's out there. She has to.
Yeah, she knows.
And I feel like she's actually, like, one of the people encouraging the like, everyone else in the country to not know it.
Yeah.
I think the scribers want to like write this down as
Mm.
history.
Oh, but I don't even know.
But they don't know.
They
And
don't-
actually, I feel like Dad's not even dead.
Oh no, I'm fully
Don't say
expecting
that.
this. I'm trying not to look at Camille here in
I
case
know.
there's, like, a
no,
spoiler.
I
but-
definitely think he's dead.
Oh, okay.
All this drama for nothing. I can't.
No, I
accept
can't
that.
deal with that. That's why I
But-
also accepted Brennan's death, because I was like, I'm not putting myself through that.
But also,
Look at yourself.
Yeah, look at me now.
but can we talk about the dad's his research regarding feather tails? I think that's significant outside from Violet bonding with one. Like, I think his research, like, I don't know, maybe not about feather tails, but, like, something with his research is going to surface because Violet didn't know where his research is, so no one knows where it is, because if Violet doesn't know it, that is hidden.
Wait,
I think it's going to come back.
she does. Now she does, right?
sorry, say it
She-
again.
Violet knows where her dad's research is.
Does she?
She was like, I'm not going to tell anyone, but I know
shit,
where.
sorry.
I
Foreshadowing.
read it twice, right?
Yeah. Well, girl.
Ashley. Oh my God, savage.
That was unnecessary.
It's a foreshadowing.
No, but back to my point, I do think that the research is going to be significant, either in Iron Flame or like the books after that. I don't know. But it has to be, because otherwise, why was it like put in there?
But the award for the most annoying, negative-natured, gaslighting man in a fantasy novel. Dane, everybody.
Wait,
Dane
really?
Etios,
Okay,
whatever
I
he-
hate Dane,
I don't like him.
but I think I hate Jack more.
Listen,
Oh, duh. You're meant
to hate
Jack.
Exactly.
Jack has his reasons are clear.
Jack is
Whatever.
unhinged. That's
Yeah.
all the reason he needs.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
But Dane, suppose you want to be supported by your closest friend. You would expect that from them. And then they're like, no, Violet, you can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. Is it because Zayden told you you can? And it's like, can you step down and like let her do her thing? Because why? Support her. She's clearly doing it.
Yeah, I will say he was really fucking annoying all throughout the book, trying to force her to escape and saying it's for her own good when clearly she doesn't want to leave.
But
Like,
guys, as soon as he tried to get her to the Scribe's Quadrant, I was like, no, fuck this man.
I wanted to like him. I wanted to like him so bad. The
No.
first time I met him, I thought he would be the love interest. I know, dumbass Camille. But as soon as he tried to pull that shit and tried to already like sneak her out, I was like, no. This man is preying on her downfall.
That was the only moment I liked Violent. What?
Violent.
That was the only moment I liked Violence.
Mm-hmm.
When she told him off, she was like, no, like, you do not tell me what to do. And maybe you are the one I'm going to cut off in this school. And I was like, yeah, I support you. Finally.
But thing is, you can still tell that he kind of gets under her skin, because internally she always battles like whether, should I? Like,
Yeah.
should I leave? Should I go to the Scribe's Quadrant? And like, am I
Yeah.
really not capable? And I'm like, this is Dane. This
Inner
is
conflict.
Stayed in your head
working.
talking.
Can I say something that might be controversial?
Mhm.
I don't like this. Like, okay, so it was set up that Dane could have been her love interest. Like, if they had the family history, it was like boy next door thing. And now that they cannot have that like romantic connection, now they must be enemies. I don't like that trope.
I mean,
Because-
of course not. Yeah, they shouldn't be enemies. But I think she also...
But I don't think she wants
Talk.
them
No,
to be enemies.
No, but I'm
They
talking
don't
about the
want-
writing.
Oh, okay.
The writing
Oh.
in general is like, oh, you're not going to be lovers, but now you can't be best friends either. Instead of just saying like, oh, you can still be best friends. Like, I don't see a lot of literature, especially like fantasy literature, where men and women are best friends.
It would have actually been nice. So obviously in the ending, there's this realization what Dana's been doing all throughout the year, right? It would have actually been so, I want to say fun. That's not the right word, but interesting. If they had actually been friends, and he would have had way more opportunities to actually be close to her
Yeah.
and like figure stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been an interesting development.
Yeah.
No, I see what you mean. I completely agree. But on the other hand, how can you be friends with someone who doesn't support you?
That's the thing.
Who's not like... Because all these times, all these like in all their conversations, he's just, no, you need to
Yeah.
go.
Even after she's had
Yeah.
moments where she's proven
Yeah.
that she's
That
literally
she
like
could.
she's so capable, and
So,
he still
like
reacts
not,
that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
like not to be enemies, but also how can you trust him at this point? Like,
Yeah.
why would you
You
talk to him?
can't. And that's the really unfortunate part of the writing, I think, is that she should have had closer friends that were her actual friends that knew her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, this man knew her, and it was her only support in there. And I felt like Rebecca should I feel like she should have supported that friendship that she created a bit more, and like made someone else the enemy for Violet's sake.
He's like, Dane for me is like the worst qualities of Jacob from Twilight, and the
Oh.
worst qualities of Gale from Hunger Games, putting one person. This is like,
But do you see what they do? All fantasy writers do this.
Yeah.
Like, Stephanie did it with Jacob. Like, they were childhood friends, and
Yeah.
then they couldn't be lovers, so they became enemies. But then they came back to friends, and then he fucks her daughter.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
Let's not talk about that
Yeah.
part.
Gail and Katniss like couldn't be lovers, couldn't be friends because he kills her sister inadvertently. Like, they always do this. It's so unfortunate.
But it's also in the
You're
case
thinking about it,
of
Camille.
the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
In the case of like Gale, I feel like he's really holding Katniss back in some regards. That's not the right word.
No, I
No,
feel like
explore.
it is. Yeah.
Explore that.
Okay, so I think especially in the movies, I don't remember if this is also like explicit in the books, but you see him watching the Hunger Games and he's really like, he doesn't want to watch it. In some scenes you see that he's not watching it, and he's really like against this friendship / sort of relationship that she has with Peeta. And I feel like in a way this contributes to like holding her back, in a sense, like trying to keep her in like the past life instead of going forward and becoming this Mockingjay in like the later movies / book. And I see I feel like it's a pattern, the same with Dane. Like, Dane tries to hold her back. He's like, you always wanted to be a scribe, so hold on to that and go to the scribe squadron instead of becoming this new person that you're already becoming, like already in the process of being. Do you see what I mean? Like,
No.
there's this sort
you
of
can't see
100%.
me. You can't see me, but I'm nodding very hard. I think maybe that's in the next book or in the books to come. I think Dane is darker or like not so innocent as he pretends to
for
be.
sure.
And he doesn't want Violet. I'm always between saying Violet and violence because why?
Yeah.
I'm gaslighted into that. It's like I think he wants to just hide things from her.
also, okay. So going back to Dane, we all know what he does like with his powers. And there's actually a section that I want to read out. So this is on page 32 of my copy. And this is like right after she crosses the, I don't fucking know what this is. Parapet. Thank you. So it says, he takes my chin between his thumb and forefinger, turning my face left and right for his inspection. Blah, blah, blah. Like, he's checking if she's okay. And then he says, huh. He drops his hands and looks at me like he's never seen me before, like I'm a complete stranger. But then he blinks and it's gone. So rereading this, it's really clear that he was reading her memories.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if he sees something like she's already becoming this new person and he doesn't like it.
Obviously.
Like, that's the weird look he gives.
ego shit, honestly.
So yeah,
We just want a man who's supportive. That's the point.
who wants you to grow, like encourages it.
Enter Zayden Riordan.
Yeah.
Riorson.
That one too.
At least I think that's how you say it. It's either Riorson or Ryerson. Riorson? I
In
enjoy
my
Riorson.
in my head, I
better.
say Riorson.
Yeah, same.
Okay, nice. So
How do
let's
we
go with
feel
Riorson.
about our love interest? He's schmexy.
Listen, he's very supportive,
Wait.
out loud.
What is it with love interests and shadow magic?
Shadow
Because
Daddy.
Yeah,
we
shadow
want
daddy.
the
Yeah.
darkness. We want the darkness.
We want a bad boy.
But also, can I already say one thing I don't like?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the self-sacrificing that you always see. And Zayden has this like a lot with like the 107 or something scars that he has. Like
117. Or 112.
Thank you. But like taking responsibility for every single child of the betrayers, like what is that? Like, why would the leadership of an entire nation let, like, how old was he during the
18.
yeah, why would they let an 18-year-old boy take responsibility for everyone else? That's something I don't like. Silence.
I'm trying not to look at Camille because I feel like a lot gets revealed in Iron Flame.
Camille has thoughts.
A lot of things do get revealed in Iron Flame. I'm trying to think back, but I mean, not that I'm going to say it, so what does it matter? But I don't know. I think it's just supposed to present a kind of inherent cruelty in Violet's mother, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know. Or
that's-
in the leadership
That's true, but also Violet's mother, like it's in one of the little texts that's in like before every single chapter. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but Violet's mother is actually the one that petitions for the children not to be present for their parents' execution.
Yeah.
So there's also like in Violet's mother's.
Wait, wait. That's great, because then what we view as cruelty is actually kind of mercy, in a sense. No.
What do
If
you
she
mean?
petitioned for the children not to be there, and then they ended up being
then why
there.
does she allow Zayden to bear responsibility for everyone? Because she says that no child should watch their parents be executed. But
That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be punished just because they don't see them.
yeah, I don't know, man. I
Playing
don't
villain's
like it.
advocate.
There's in fantasy there's always this thin line between indeed mercy and
Cruelty.
cruelty. Yeah.
But like they're already punishing everyone, like all the children with the rebellion. Yeah, they're already punishing them by sending them to the rider squadrons. So
I'm thinking Violet's mom may not be as awful, or she doesn't have as much power as it's presented that she has, because
Stop looking at me. I reveal nothing. My face says nothing.
I just feel like a mother can't be this cruel.
No,
I hope not. At
But
least I
also-
really hope not.
It-
Because
Hang on to that.
It's the
No kidding.
it's the archetype of a mother. I don't know.
No, guys, just read the next book.
Just damn.
read
but
it.
but
now I
back
gotta
to
read this book. Shit, I told myself I wasn't until the third one was going to have a specific release
That's
date.
smart, because I'm just left in
Yeah,
this
I
kind
don't
of
wanna be
limbo
you.
of pain.
I don't want to be you.
that was harsh.
I
no,
love
but
you.
fair. I don't want you to be me right now
No.
either.
I saw the TikTok, and TikTok was like being like, "Oh my god, so much happens in Iron Flame at the end. It's boring in the beginning, but so much happens." I'm like, wait, I don't need that.
I've been avoiding social media like for that reason. Also, like there's so many things happening on Book Talk that I don't need to see right now. Like spoilers everywhere. and
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh my god, I see so many funny videos, so many funny reels about Iron Flame and about Fourth Wing, and I save them all. And I'm just waiting for you guys all to read this book so I can share them with you.
Mine arrives today, the
Yay.
day of the recording.
Guys, should we read Iron Flame?
I have one. I have
No, say in the comments if you want that, because if you want that, I will. I'm not a rereader. I will reread that book.
Guys, yeah, what Camille said. Please list in the comments if you want that.
What did you think of the last chapter from Zayden's perspective?
I didn't need it.
Exactly.
I
The
did not
moment
like it.
the moment a man opens his mouth, he's like, "No,
Yeah.
I need you to be quiet and mysterious."
Yeah, I need to view you through the woman's gaze.
Exactly.
To be honest, it's so forgettable. I forgot that it existed until
Yeah.
you just brought it up.
Same.
I don't think it added anything.
Nothing.
The thing is that for me, it was too. Exactly. Not female gaze, the opposite.
Yeah.
Male gaze. It was more like, oh my God, and she's so hot when she walks in a room, and I want to gain her trust, and she's so hot.
Wasn't
And
it
I'm like,
also
okay.
mostly, sorry, was it also him pining a lot for forgiveness and whatnot?
Yeah, I think
Mm.
so.
Nobody needs to hear that shit. Even though I think she kind of over exaggerated being that
Obviously.
upset with him. Like, come on, girl.
Oh, just you wait.
She wanted to know all of him. Well, this
No.
is all of him.
Ashley, the way, like, I know Violet is annoying in the first book. In the second book, I'm sure you've already witnessed it. She's even more,
Everyone says
more
that,
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that.
No, I don't
Like,
want to.
Okay, I'm not gonna give spoilers, but friendships, the way they're explored in the second book, I'm getting the ick.
Oh,
That's all I'm gonna say.
The ick from.
wait.
Oh, no, I gotta read this book.
I'm
Talking
not
about
sad.
friendships, one friendly dynamic that I loved and I'm so sad we will not see more of is Liam and Violet.
Yeah.
No, can we not
The
talk
way,
about that?
no,
Can
the
we-
way tears, bawling.
Yeah.
I was absolutely on the verge of crying.
Wait, how did Liam die again? I forget.
His dragon was attacked. Like he was separated from the dragon.
Oh,
And
then-
Violet tried to save him.
But
Yeah.
that goes back to what you said, Ashley. If a man and women cannot be like romantically involved, then
They die.
they either
Oh
have
my
to
God.
die or fight or be enemies. That's actually
I
proves your
completely
point.
forgot about Liam. I think I blocked that out because that was sad to me.
No, it was
That was-
traumatic.
he was nothing but had integrity. What's the adjective for integrity?
The silence here.
There is
And
no
we're
adjective.
all literature master students, so we can't come up with the
Integris?
word.
What is that?
Integris?
Integris? He had integris. Or he was very
He was
integris.
integris.
He was integris. That doesn't sound right. He had so much integrity.
Yeah.
And
Virtuous.
Yeah,
virtuous. Virtuous. Yeah, he was great. And he was hot. And he was like my type of hot, like blonde, blue-eyed type of hot.
Oh, girl, the way I see all those character drawings of Liam, and I'm like, ugh,
Can we
really?
talk? Can we talk about the night that Taryn started channeling his power to Violet,
Yeah.
and she would have almost taken Liam to bed because he was outside of her room? A part of me was kind of like, can we make that happen?
Can we do it?
She was
Can we do
unhinged.
it?
She was a horny.
sneaky lake.
Little sneaky lake.
Liam was like, "Why are you looking at me like that?"
Like,
The way he responded. Oh, I love that. But anyway,
also, I kind of feel like, can we normalize women having sex with more than one person in a book?
yes.
No, but it
Slay.
was great because isn't that what Rhiannon does?
Yeah, but can we
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about this? It is so normal in this college to sleep around, and I love that. But I was kind of hoping that Violet would do this as well.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
know that she's had sexual relations in the past. She talks about that. But we don't see her engaging with anyone except Zayden. And I would have liked to see that.
Because
Yeah.
she's not ready. She's not
No,
ready
because
yet.
this is giving me...
Because
this
she
is-
was talking about how she was so horny and like she needed to
She
be
need-
touched.
She needs emotional connection.
But this is giving me the same vibe that some books have where the main protagonist, the main character, the protagonist, whatever, is still a virgin. And they're
Yeah.
waiting for that one person. Like, it's giving me the same vibe, except she's not a virgin, but she's just not sleeping around as soon as she meets this special person.
Yeah. Which kind of makes me feel like even though they're trying to be sex positive, it's not really that positive because the
Mhm.
main character isn't doing what everyone else is doing. And it's like creating its own like hierarchy of virtue.
Yeah.
That I
Yeah.
don't really it seems a little counterproductive.
This
Like
is-
she could have had sex with Liam. She could have had sex with
yeah, but it's
any
because
guy.
Liam doesn't want to.
that's true.
Also, this is a great moment to talk about the spices.
No, but you said Liam doesn't want to.
he didn't.
Do we know he didn't? Or was he just not doing it for Zayden's sake?
Yeah.
But that's
probably.
the integrity part. That's
Yeah,
who
like,
he is.
That's
True.
her or his woman.
Yeah.
No,
True.
she can fuck whoever.
But he didn't like her. I think he also liked someone else.
yeah. Oh,
think so.
pink hair girl. What's
Yeah.
her name?
Imogen?
Imogen.
No.
No, that's
Imogen
Garrick
ha-
and Imogen.
Oh, you're right. I'm
Imogen
sorry.
likes Garrick.
He liked a girl that Violet knew from the scribers school
Yes,
thing.
the deaf one.
Yeah, Jasenia.
And she was like, "Oh, she's the relationship type." And she's like, "How do you know that I'm not the relationship type?"
Oh, that's
Mhm.
true.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. You're right.
You're right about that.
Oh, so sad that they'll never be together.
Spicy scenes.
Spicy scenes.
Spicy.
Oh.
They weren't that spicy.
Thing is, there was so much tension, and you said this earlier. There was so much tension and buildup that I just expected something fantastic, amazing. When it came, it was kind of
Lackluster.
I mean,
It was
The-
basic sex.
yeah, but I did like her signet kind of being uncontrollable.
yeah. It manifests.
Yeah.
It made me,
That was so cringy for
it
me.
made me cringe so hard.
She's
I
like,
just
oh,
thought it was
there's
funny.
thunder outside. It was reminiscent of when Edward and Bella first had sex.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but it was
Can I say one
as
thing though?
vampires.
So the night Terrence starts channeling. So later on, we find out that Zayden thinks Violet started channeling that night, or like
Because-
she manifested her signet because when they
Isn't it-
kissed.
Yes, when they
Yeah.
kissed. Yeah.
That I really liked.
That I
I
liked.
understand that when they have sex and it happens, it's a little bit cringy. I understand that. But with the kiss, I loved it.
Yeah.
No, with the kiss,
That was
it was kind of
cute.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute.
With the spicy scenes, it was just I think I remember chuckling. I was like,
What is
why?
No, I was enjoying that. I liked the description. Yes, it was like simple, whatever, but I liked the description, and I liked that usually spicy scenes in other fantasy books that I've read, they are short. They are cut short. Like okay, but with this one, she went like nicely described it like full on scenario. I'm like, yeah, I can vibe with that. Sometimes
I
you
don't
just
know if I
need to
could've.
think
No
it.
fair. I agree because I just started reading A Court of
Ooh,
Thorns and Roses.
Akatar.
Akatar. That's the one. And I don't know what I was expecting from the spicy scenes, but at least like the first few, they're-
Equitar's not spicy.
no, but the first few mentions of anything spicy, it's like
Girl, when you
omitted,
get to that good
it's like
stuff.
one sentence, and then it's I'm
Wait,
scared,
wait
but
for
excited.
Wait for the last book, A Court of Silver Flames. That is unhinged.
Wait,
my
no,
God,
because
I'm so
I'm thinking
excited.
of a court, the one after where she went to
Mist
the
and Fury.
Mist and Fury. I had to
Girl,
exit the
I'm-
room. I was
I'm-
reading
I'm
with
reading
my
that book right now.
I was with my family and I had to excuse myself. I'm like, I'm
Ashley,
just gonna close this. Go to
Ashley,
that.
that is nothing compared
Really?
to Silver Flames.
Silver
Oh my
Flames.
god.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, okay, but then if you measure those spicy scenes against the spicy scenes in this book,
girl, this was soft porn.
yeah,
This was wholesome, sweet.
Yeah, this was like that Hallmark type of sex scene. You know the Hallmark movies?
yeah.
No, this was.
Oh. Don't say that. No Hallmark. No.
It was Hallmark.
That destroyed it from me. Well, there it goes.
There it goes.
We are all thinking back.
We're all thinking about
Yeah, good times.
spicy scenes.
I enjoyed it. I like a slow burn book. So I think the amount of pages it took for them to like get to it, it
Do
was
the deed.
appropriate. Yeah. I enjoy this.
I also like a slow burn, but only if I get the right kind of payoff. And I don't feel like it could have gone. I feel like it could have gone further.
How?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I
Well,
have to say,
that's not my fault. That's not my
when-
problem.
I don't know how she could have done it, but
But
she,
she should have
shoulda
done it.
but like I liked it, but also I feel like it didn't quite do it for me.
No.
I don't know, like it's supposed to be like explosive, right? That's like the whole description with also like her lightning, but it wasn't.
It wasn't realistic.
I don't think you can call anything in a fantasy book real.
Let's not go there. It's suspension of disbelief.
No,
honey.
wait.
I'm kidding.
I was the one who I was playing hard to get with this book.
Yeah.
And now I am the most excited about the spicy scene. Why? Why am I alone in this?
Because she
No,
said cock.
But guys,
Okay, that's off, yeah.
If I think
Yeah.
about it from like an objective
Or
perspective,
his member. Ugh.
no, but if I think
Yeah.
about it from an objective perspective, if you think about the target audience for this book, it's like young.
It's new adult.
Yeah.
It's like people.
So if I think about it in that way, I'm like, okay, then I kind of get.
New adults are us.
New adults are us.
Even though
yeah.
I
No,
feel
but
like
when I
I've been
was-
here
no,
for
I
a
think this
while.
is really like a book
It's
for
for
transitioning
teens.
between young adult and new adults.
Yeah.
Like it's somewhere in between. It's not really YA because it's a little bit too explicit for that, but it's also not like that mature yet compared to.
I don't know, because I was
I-
reading Akatar when I was a teen. Was I?
I was reading Wattpad.
I was also reading Wattpad. Wattpad is honestly more unhinged than this book.
Yeah.
Wattpad is so much more
But
unhinged.
that's on a different plane of existence.
But
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't need the sex in this book. Like, I don't think it.
No.
Project-
There were times where spicy things were about to happen, and I kind of got upset because things were finally coming to a point just in the plot that I was like very excited, like what's happening? Ooh, doo, ah. And then they have to go and have sex and like delay me finding out. How dare they? Exactly.
The last sex scene. And it turns out it was just not a prank. It was a drill.
They're going
Yeah.
to war. They need to.
But they weren't actually going to war.
But they didn't
But
they
they
kinda
ended up
were.
going to war.
When
Oh, yeah, they
death
kinda
when
were.
death knocks on your door, you don't know if he's masked death or real death. You just
That's
have
true.
to.
I mean, but wouldn't you
I
want to be
enjoyed
having
that.
sex before
That was
you?
very poetic.
I hope no one from my family hears this episode.
My sister's
I
gonna
thi-
listen to
I
this.
think it's too. I think it's too revealing
Mm.
for myself.
I don't know if it's revealing for me because
They don't know what I read.
I enjoy what I enjoy, and I won't deny I enjoyed it, but I do think it could have been more than what it was.
I can't
Yeah.
believe that you guys saying that. I didn't expect to vibe so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's because
Ah.
she was so against it, and now she's
Yeah.
fully
Yeah,
invested.
So now you make me second guess myself. So
No,
now-
Don't.
Like what you like
Yeah. You
with
know,
confidence.
in this episode, we're giving our frustrations free reign. Like we still enjoyed reading it.
Frustrations is the right word, honestly.
Yeah.
I was frustrated all throughout. No.
But one thing I do want to talk about, like dynamic wise, that's not romantic, is Violet's relationship with her sister. I thought that was
Aw.
really cute.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who has a sister,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ashley, I'm sure you can also relate.
My girl.
It was very, very wholesome. And I was like, I love this.
I wanted more of it.
I wanted more of it too.
I don't think it was explored enough.
And also the notes from Brennan
brother,
to
yeah.
Mira. I could have cried happy tears because it was just so cute. So I just wanted to give that a little shout out.
As someone with an older brother, I have a lot of brothers, but as someone with like an older brother as a best friend, I really felt that like that love between siblings. And yeah, that little bit of banter. There's no one like your siblings.
Exactly. Sibling
Really?
love is sibling love. Sibling humor is just your own little world
yeah.
connection.
We're also veering into our love month territory a little bit here with the sibling love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Sibling
month.
love. I love sibling love. It's the best type.
It's good. It's refreshing between all the romance and the
Yeah,
tension to
and the
read a little bit-
violence.
to read
Yeah.
a little bit like, okay, family connections exist. Like she has more to think about than Zayden or
How,
Dana.
how do we feel about the friendship dynamics?
Wait, who is it? Riddock?
Redog.
Riddock and Rhiannon?
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love Riddock. I
But
think
can
he's
I
just funny.
can I
but-
just say something about Redog though?
Yeah.
I like him for like the comic relief that he provides, but that's really it.
Yeah, he's kind of
True.
a bit
He's a type.
of a prankster, or what is the
Yeah.
vibe? Yeah.
Type.
Like
That's
he's
a good
just
word.
making jokes.
Yeah, he's a very flat character, more so than the other characters, I feel like.
I agree 1000%.
But friendships are never explored in depth. It's always
No.
to serve the protagonist, male or female. Same with Liam. Like he could have been so much more. Like we said, he could have developed his friendship with Violet, but he's dead.
he could have been the
To
most
serve-
he was the most
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could, they really did him dirty. Rebecca, do better.
Yeah. But he just served Zayden's purpose.
Yeah.
Basically.
What was his signet again? I forgot.
Ooh, good question. He could do something badass.
I don't know.
Someone look that up.
Yeah, let me look that up real quick.
I don't feel like they did him justice. Also, there was a girl who died during one of the trainings, and her death was so tragic. What was her name?
Aurelie?
Aurelie or something.
Liam's-
The
Yeah.
one from the Gauntlet.
Guys,
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so
Liam's
sad.
signet was farsightedness.
Yes. Oh, that was kind of
Oh.
lame though.
I don't even like the,
What
the
does
Okay,
fact
you
that
can
I
see?
read that and I don't even remember.
What
Yeah.
do your
that
elf
was
I
the
see,
case.
Legolas?
Yeah, he could just see.
First sight
Great.
is the ability to predict something that will happen.
Yeah, it's like knowing the
No,
future.
No, he didn't know
not
that he had
foresight,
farsight.
Oh.
He could see
So see,
far
he
away.
had good vision.
Yeah, he had good vision.
He had
20/20
disappointed
vision.
look here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
2020.
scratch that. I
boring.
heard something
Oh my
else.
god.
Yeah.
What the? No.
That
Wait,
was-
that's so funny.
It was lame.
He had good
Just-
vision.
Oh,
He could see.
It was like he didn't need glasses.
yeah, he didn't need glasses.
can you zoom in? Yeah, bet. Zoom. What is that?
Wait, that's so. Wait, Rebecca did him so
She
dirty.
did him dirty.
What
She
the
set him up
heck?
for goodness, but only to see him fail. Like Orly in the training.
See him
Yeah.
from far away, Phil, apparently.
Yeah.
Because
He didn't see death coming.
she can see so far.
I'm sorry, that's sad. I really like Liam.
Guys, that's so dark. I'm upset. I love Leo.
I love
Joke
Liam
about
too.
his death. No, I can't.
Damn, that's so
Well,
sad.
he's dead.
Okay,
What he's
can
gonna
we-
do?
Can we circle back and talk about Rhiannon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
What do
it?
you want to say about her?
No, nothing specific, but just I really like her friendship with Violet.
At the
Mhm.
at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, is this gonna be one of those situations where I don't know if I should trust her and she's gonna
Yeah.
stab her
I
in the
thought
back?"
she was gonna
like-
be a backstabber.
But then I just ended up
No.
loving her, and I was
Yeah.
like, "This is great." Like
She's
immediately,
awesome.
just trust. You know?
Okay. Also, this might be controversial to say, but, and follow me here. I didn't think she was going to be a stabber because Rebecca made her a person of color. And
Oh.
I feel like authors, when they have a person of color in a book, they try to make them the good guy.
Supportive of the protagonist.
Yeah, supportive of the protagonist, which I'm not sure what I feel about that. Like the way they went into her saying like, oh, her protective hairstyle and yada yada yada. I was like, okay, so
Wait, 'cause
she's
doesn't she has braids, right?
she has braids. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so she's like the trusted homegirl. So
Oh, that's a very, very good point. I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
I was like, okay, cool, yay, love her. She's really funny. She's really strong. But I know she's just going to be here to also be support.
Wait, speaking of race, is Zayden white?
No,
Or
he-
what is he? Because she just said tan.
he's
Didn't she say
chocolate.
tan?
They
And
always
then she also
say
said Garrick was
that.
tan, and I was like, well, okay, what does that mean?
I think it's maybe like I feel like all the rebellion people, like I forget the province, Tyrandor.
yeah.
I think maybe it's like a thing that they're a little bit like darker colored there without actually.
I think like olive tone.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like-
looking for. Yeah, the word. Yeah,
Let's think Northern Africa.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
that's what I
I
was
see that.
imagining.
Because in my mind, he wasn't white.
No.
But then she doesn't really explicitly say it, so I was like, okay, you're dancing around this, so I'm gonna dance around this.
I picture him, when I picture him, I see a combination of Dev Patel with some characteristics of my own, like long hair, dark long hair, tall, broad shoulders. Like
I'm imagining you as a man now. You're hot.
I
Thank you. But I see the figure of Dev Patel. The thing is that when I read, I can never make images in my head. So I have to work with vibes and I have to work with moods. So this is what is giving me.
I've decided I see Zayden as if Jason Momoa and Timothy Chalamet had a baby.
This is good.
Had a love child.
What does
They're
that
like
even look
complete
like?
opposites.
I know, but I just want guys, just
What does
go
that
with me.
make?
I just
My
want,
brain is refusing.
your brain can't
I see
compute.
the
No.
vision.
You, Anna Marie is on my
But-
level.
Timothy Chalamet.
You,
Wait,
don't like
wait.
him.
I just think it's the angular parts of his
the
face
angular
that I see for
face, the hollow
Zayden.
cheeks.
Yeah, not like his stature. Or
I
like
actually
body or
really like
whatever.
Timothée. I think he's very attractive.
Yeah, but he's
but-
definitely not Zayden. Like
No.
the frame, at
no,
least.
no.
Timothy-
Be a little bit bigger, a
The
bit
little chopstick
broader.
legs.
You like him because of that. I don't like him because of that.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair. But I do like a good thigh. You know, like a real
Exactly.
girthy thigh.
Yeah. And
And
thick
why do you
waist.
like Timothy?
Yeah. I don't know why I like Timothée.
Timothy.
That's his
Because
name.
he has-
Timothy.
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 Because he has so much potential.
Yeah. I like his face.
I think I was gonna say I just like his face.
But I also like the way he like uses his gangly body. Like he is awkward in a confident way.
Actually, no, I
Yeah.
don't see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Adam Driver for the win.
Oh,
Oh, you got that one.
see, I support your love of this man, but I don't think I love him that much. I do like his
I feel-
comedy.
He looks like a caricature of a man.
Guys, we're so
and
off
honestly,
topic.
Who wants real men? Better caricature.
Who wants real men?
Who wants real men? I feel like that's the whole episode. Who wants real men?
Just one fictional man.
No, honestly, the way I have so many book boyfriends right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're reading Akatar right now. And
Yeah. I fucking love Akatar. I really didn't want to.
Wait, are you on book 1?
I'm on book 2.
Mhm.
Like the first time I read it, I just think I
How
wasn't
far
ready.
in are you?
Because the last time I started reading it, I stopped at 130 pages. This time, I soared through that book. I think I read it in like less than a week.
how
And-
far along are you?
I just finished the first part of Akamath. Akofam.
Yeah, but what is the first part?
Yeah, what is the first
Oh,
part?
they just...
Wait, maybe
Spoiler.
if you
Okay.
haven't read it, maybe skip ahead.
Yeah.
Like a minute or so.
Okay, so basically the whole thing just happened with Tamlin where he like locked her in the house.
Ooh.
And then Rysand came, not Rysand, Moore came and got her out and took her to Rysand. And then she was like, yeah, I don't want to stay here.
Do this anymore?
And they just arrived. Like the end of it is that they leave to the city of Starlight.
Great.
That's
You
where I'm
can come back in now.
What is happening with that Akatar?
Girl.
at. Read it,
I
honestly.
think I need to reread
I
it.
can't afford to like more
I
emotionally.
can't either because the way I didn't want to start reading this because I knew there are 15 books that this woman has written. I don't actually, is it 16 now? I don't know.
It's so many, but
It's
it's
so
worth
many.
it.
And I just also, I don't think my heart, my heart can take it. I don't think I'm emotionally ready. But now that I've started, I can't stop. Like I have to do it.
No.
Girl, please talk to me about it because
I
I'm
will.
so
Talk
invested.
to each other.
I will. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, well, I think that brings this episode to a close, no?
Yeah.
Or does anyone have anything else they want to add?
I feel like there's so much more we could say.
Yeah.
There's
That-
always more.
Fantasy
Yeah, I
is
think-
really more about clicking. If it clicks, it clicks. I don't know.
It clicked at the time, but now that I'm looking back, I'm like, I've read better.
Wait, guys, we didn't talk at all about the dragons.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because we are distracted from her.
Okay,
From
can we talk about the dragons for a minute? I love the dragons. I love the
fucking-
way it's like put in the world building. It was really good.
I love Andarna and her just like toddler
Yeah.
energy. She's such a baby. She's so cute. And Taryn is just fierce.
Can I
He's
ask?
so fierce.
I love how Adarna was just randomly there during presentation day.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And I love how so when I was first reading this, when it was presentation day, she was there and she was like the smaller dragon and she was the feathered, so she was different. I immediately thought this is the dragon that
Yeah.
Violet is gonna bond. And then during threshing, Taryn came in and was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, Adarna was like, and Adarna. And I was like, oh, she's bonding both of them.
No,
Mhm.
honestly,
I was so happy.
I didn't want her to bond with Adarna. I
no,
was
me
like,
too.
No,
I was like, you can't give this weak woman
Yeah.
A
what
weak
other
dragon.
people perceive as a
Yeah.
weak dragon.
But
Yeah.
then she got a badass black dragon.
and I
That
was like,
amazing.
no, period.
But,
Period.
but one thing, there was one part that foreshadowed Taryn's bonding, and I do think I picked up on that the first time, and maybe you guys did as well. Like, it was said that it was one unbonded dragon in the Vale,
Mhm.
and that was kind of like a
Yeah.
foreshadowing. But then Adarna showed up, so
It was the one unbonded, and that Jack wanted it.
Mm.
It was, yeah, I was like, okay, it's coming. I'm not sure, based on Rebecca's world building, if it made sense that Adarna would have been at the viewing of the dragon thing.
You'll find out. You'll see. It makes sense.
Does it?
It kind of does, yeah.
Okay, without that foreknowledge, it didn't make sense to me while I was reading it, because I was like, if she's a baby dragon, why was she even
Okay, so
present?
so her parents were killed, right? We know that Sigil, is that how you pronounce?
Scale. I say scale.
Oh, that makes
Like
sense.
scale, but with a G.
Okay, I'm gonna
Scale.
stick to Scale. Anyway, how she and Taryn are like kind of acting as foster parents of Adarna.
Yeah.
I think she was just unsupervised. That's my
Mm,
take. I think she just thought, oh, how fun! I'm just gonna have
Yeah.
a look.
That's an interesting theory.
I have to
So
say,
what it means it's wrong. Also, why was she in the selection? I don't think she was unsupervised, because basically her foster mom and her foster dad were there. So
they weren't though, because Taryn only showed up because Sigil communicated to him that something was happening, because Taryn was not willing to bond. He was not supposed to be there, and then Zayden was there. He couldn't do anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I think that's like how that happened. So yeah,
I fucking love scale.
I have to say, I
I
find
love a
it-
fierce
she
female
has
dragon.
such
Yeah.
big dick energy.
She really does.
She has big clit energy.
Oh, yeah.
I find it very convenient that,
odd.
all 5 of them can communicate with each other.
Okay.
No, I mean specifically Zayden with Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But that always happens in fantasy
Yeah.
romances.
Yeah.
They always somehow telepathically have the ability to communicate.
Yeah.
That's true.
True.
so
Wait.
you cannot communicate out loud, so you have to find some special way to cater to each other.
But
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Zayden to start communicating with Adarna. I think that's going to be hilarious.
Mhm.
He's not gonna have it.
I feel like I wouldn't like that though.
No.
No.
See.
I think it will be
I
funny.
do. I kind of like it when Taryn talks to Zayden and when Scale talks to
Yeah.
Violet.
Sigil
That's
does
cute.
not like Violet.
No,
I
she
feel
does
like.
not.
No.
Is she possessive?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She's like the mom who's a little possessive over her son.
Mm.
Freud is with us.
No, no. Freud has entered the chat.
I think she also just really needs like Violet to prove herself, sort of.
And has she?
She has though when she stood up for Adarna.
yeah.
Slay, exactly.
I think
Yeah,
that's the
true.
reason they tolerate her.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Tolerate.
Tolerate.
Okay,
Damn.
I think Sigil
Taylor
only
Swift,
tolerates
tolerate
her.
it? Let's talk about it.
No, it's true. It's true. I don't. That's the thing I do not like. I do not like that suddenly Sigil needs to be possessive over Zayden. Why? And then Train. What's his name?
Taryn.
Train. I'm rubbing off on you.
Train.
But
Taryn.
Taryn, he's not. Well, he kind of is, but I don't know. It's giving me something doesn't sit
I'm
right
sorry,
with
the
me.
fact that I thought this giant black dragon was called Train.
Good.
Wait, but I will say, when you're reading a fantasy novel, all these names don't make sense.
No.
So I never say the names out loud. Like, I'm
No.
not pronouncing Tarn or Bazgiath or whatever. I just know the word pattern on the page.
Wait,
Exactly.
that's
I
You're
have
right.
the same thing.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
no, you're right.
you don't think about
That's
it.
Like
why-
I saw like videos or TikTok posts, whatever, of people saying like, oh yeah, Rihanna. I just pronounce her name like Rihanna in my head.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
just Rihanna. Yeah,
But yeah, I don't relate to that because I just look at the words. I don't hear them in my head.
yeah. I don't.
No,
you just
I'm
read it.
I'm just. My name is That's all.
Yeah,
I just have
Remember.
sounds.
Yeah, it's just sound. It's a letter combination. It's
Yeah.
wait, it's a signifier.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's just a
Of a
signifier.
person in your head. It's
Okay,
very
but guys,
vague.
can we talk about like, do you guys read out loud to yourself when you're reading?
No.
No,
None of
I
us
would
do.
cringe
No.
at myself.
Yeah.
I don't.
Actually,
I
what
don't
the
either.
fuck?
But I think people who do that are slower readers generally,
Definitely.
and then people who don't read a little bit faster. Like I've been talking to people about this.
Mm.
But I'm glad to see you're my kind of people.
Can you imagine just sitting in your room like, and then
I couldn't
I'm
live in
not-
my home if I did that.
No.
But
No.
but the way I read, like, and you guys as well, I skip passages sometimes on accident.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm having that a lot with Akatar. I just like skip whole sentences and then I have to go back and then I go forward and then I'm like, wait, did I skip that? And then just reread.
Yeah.
and then I have to reread the thing again.
Because you're so interested in what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if there's like speech or talking. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll skip over the bits in between where
Yeah.
there are like actions described,
Yeah.
and I'll just read the speech.
No, I do that too.
Dialogue matters. The dialogue needs to be good.
Yeah.
I cannot keep cringing every time they have a normal conversation with each other.
Mm.
Violence. What are you doing? Stop calling me violence. I don't know what I'm doing. I need
Yeah.
this to stop. I
I'm
need
done
this
with
to be
that.
serious. Because they are 20-something adults. We're not talking about...
they? Oh,
yes.
yeah, they're-
we're not talking about teenagers.
Wait, this
He's
is like university, huh?
24. He's 24 and she's like 21.
Yeah.
He's 24.
But that's
Which is still
also
kinda
why,
young.
like, going back to my point about Redog earlier, like, he's such a clown. I feel like that's such a YA coded character. And I feel like the rest of the characters are a little bit more mature, especially
Yeah.
like the second and third
Rhiannon
years.
is, yeah.
Because it has to be this type of coming of age thing. Like she
But he doesn't
has
come of
to.
age.
No,
He-
they
yeah,
are
but
already
she
of age.
does.
Yeah, she needs to
does.
grow up. She needs to learn.
Well,
she
she
needs
doesn't-
him to learn.
Come of age, but she sort of evolves. Definitely.
Yeah.
She just gets stronger.
Yeah.
I hope
But
she
not
gets
her
more.
mind.
I hope she gets more mature in the meantime.
Yeah. Is no one else like I love this. Is no one else like happy?
No, I enjoy that, but I've been trying to.
Okay.
From this side, I'm also looking at a coffee stain. It's oddly satisfying.
My
Yeah, I'm
book,
trying to ignore the
I
bottom
know you
half of
can
it.
see it, but my book has like one big coffee stain. At
We'll
the
post a
bottom of it.
picture on Instagram so you know what we're talking about. But it's really aesthetically pleasing. I really like what's happening here. Anna Maria's book is fanned out perfectly.
You can
It's
see that
beautiful.
it's because we talked about in the previous episode that it's nice when you can see a book that is used or that is abused. It's not just
Yeah, this went a little bit too far.
the coffee. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, I see you, Ashley. I look at this because, yeah, looking back to it, I can see the faults or like things that could have been better. While talking about it, though, I forget, but it could be, there are things that could be better.
No, when I first read it, I thought it was the shit. And then as soon as I started looking back at the passages, I was like, this writing is tragic, but the plot is great.
Yeah.
I need a good, confident, strong, not physically necessarily. I need a strong, confident female protagonist. I'm so tired of
Girl.
them being
Read Throne of Glass.
I know you were right. I knew you were about to say
Yes,
it. I knew
Throne
it.
of
I
Glass.
was like, yeah, assassin.
No,
Like-
but she's so Selena is really fierce. She's confident. She thinks she is the shit, and I love it. So
Mm.
yeah, thanks
As
for coming
she
to my
should.
TED Talk.
Yeah,
yeah,
she
I
should.
need them more safe with their choices. I need them a bit more trusted. Not
But maybe, because this is supposed to be a 5-book situation. So
Yeah.
maybe she will become that,
hope
but she's
so.
Is this
not
supposed to
that
be
right now.
5
I think
books?
it's 5
Yeah.
books.
Who said that?
I know. I wish it was 3. As soon as I found out it was 5, I was
Yeah.
quite upset because also there's a lot of conspiracies that her and Zayden's relationship happening like so soon means that they're not going to be together in the end,
Damn, I can
which
see that.
upsets me
No.
so
If
much,
that-
and I
listen.
hope it's not
Wait,
true.
let's talk about it.
I
'cause now
really
I
hope
see
it's not
it.
true. I really
I
hope it's
see
not
it.
true.
Listen.
I'm trying to ignore.
No, but can we talk about the fact that he's a shadow daddy and usually they end up with the shadow daddy? So
Yeah.
I'm just choosing to believe.
Or they're gonna break up. He's gonna pull a new moon and leave.
No, guys, just read Iron Flame.
Listen, I want them to grow up
Please.
and learn more things about themselves, but
Yeah.
together. I don't want them
Together.
to break up.
Can you imagine?
Oh fuck! Now I gotta read Iron Flame.
Guys.
You really do,
no.
guys.
Can you
Guys,
imagine
yes.
if in later books, Dane has a redemption arc?
No.
No,
No.
I knew that was coming.
Immediately no.
no, hard pass. Ew, the fuck.
Once
This-
a gaslighter, always
He
a gaslighter.
raped her mind.
Once a gaslighter, always a gaslighter.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
gonna be quiet.
Do not.
Oh, no.
See, when you say you're gonna be quiet, your silence says so much.
I don't know.
Your silence.
know.
Yes, you do.
No. Okay.
Look at your face.
I know some things, but it's still kind of. I'm not gonna talk anymore. Let me say nothing.
Guys, I
Just
need
read
to,
the second
I
book.
need to
I'm
continue
gonna
reading
read
Iron Flame.
Iron
I literally have
Flame.
it like next to me. And I'm
Everyone
like,
at
oh,
home
no.
also read Iron Flame.
Okay, Camille, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna
No,
be
because I
upset.
really need to talk about
Because
it.
when I am upset, I'm gonna call you immediately. I'm gonna
Dude,
pick
we'll
up the
be,
phone.
we'll be upset together because I'm still upset, and I finished reading this book in Christmas break.
Okay, fine. And for yeah,
I
okay.
am
I'm still
flabbergasted.
upset.
I am gagged. I am silenced. I am sad, and not in a good way. What do you? No, I'm not ready for this.
No, read
Ah.
it. Everyone read it. And with that,
No, not
drop
with
the
that.
mic.
Not
Okay,
with that.
we're gonna read it.
Okay.
On that note,
Yeah.
we're off to go read Iron Flame.
Yeah. On that
Okay.
note, please let us know if you want us to do Iron Flame as another book club read.
As we've totally shitted on Fourth Wing.
Yes.
But in a
This
good
whole-
way, because
In
we
a good
like
way,
it.
though.
We're
Because
criticizing it for
It is
its
constructive criticism.
Yeah. Thing is, I will stand by the fact that some books, like, you just read to enjoy, and for me,
Yeah.
this is one of those books. Like,
Yes.
there's nothing particularly great about the writing, but I had a great time while
exactly.
reading it, and that's all that matters.
That's all a book is supposed to do for you at the end of the
Exactly,
day.
which is why I kind of understand how, in the end, maybe someone would give this book 5
Yeah.
stars just
Yeah.
for the experience.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of trashy
Yeah.
literature.
It was trash and I
Book
enjoyed
is a
it.
book.
You're right.
It was trash, and I enjoyed it.
Okay. fair
owning
enough.
up to that.
Okay.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening to our episode. Unless Anna Maria has something else she would like to
No,
say.
I think we should talk about Iron Flame once we read it because I am flabbergasted.
Everyone, read this book. Read this book.
Why are
Join
you
me.
flabbergasted?
because I don't know what waits for me.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, join us in about a month or so when we've read Iron Flame and we've talked about everything else we need to talk about within that month.
God.
This has been
Well-
Carried Away the Conversation. Thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye.
As always, thanks for tuning in to Carried Away the Conversation. Don't forget to follow us on our socials for more updates. You can find us on Insta as The Carried Away with 2 Y's on the end. Check out our website, thecarriedaway.com, for more blog posts. And of course, on Spotify, you can hit the subscribe button for weekly episodes. Also, do not forget to send us more of your submissions because we really enjoy reading what you're sending to us. And we will see you next week.